it wasn't as exciting, I do think, because I've seen like an Ari. It's just basically an outdraft coming in from one of the teams, specifically
Mm-hmm.
RSG, against CES. So you just understand how the game would pan out. In the mid game, late game fights, and in the early game. And also to take note that CES wasn't really able to capitalize their draft correctly. And when they're initiating a team fight, they were all separated amongst each other. So I think that's the hard thing in their gameplay a while ago for series number 1. For series number 2, it was the Flash, I think a high AOV team
Yeah.
against V Gaming, and that was very good. V Gaming,
Oh.
V Gaming outdrafted Flash by a lot, having a Lulu Olaf Jinx combo in
Whoa,
their
man,
draft,
that's massive.
but they didn't capitalize it as well. Um, the Flash was having a great time with the cannon, with a slicing Maelstrom, just dominating the fights each and every time, getting 5-man stuns, getting 5-man damage, and considering that the Flash actually took the early game in their lead, they're basically sitting at a very good position to just dominate when it comes to team fights. And when you have a cannon in a team fight at an advantage, you're probably just gonna dominate the game.
Lovely, lovely. I would love to see what other things Vietnam teams can actually show us. But for the meantime, we actually finished the bans already for both the teams in here, DR Esports and Nexplay Esports. So for the side of DR, they banned out the Zed as well as the Lulu, while Team Nexplay Esports banned the Koki as well as the Alisar. This leaves us to an open Olaf that is still up for picking. But at least the Lulu Jinx combo won't happen again on the side of Team Nexplay Esports, as
Mm-hmm.
this already got banned. But any other thoughts? Could this be an Olaf Prio already again for the side of DR Esports? They lost an
Mm-hmm.
Olaf game a while ago. Could it
Yeah.
be a better priority for them? Do you?
Olaf would definitely be a priority. I mean, aside from that, you maybe could go for a Camille. Maybe you could go for what else? Rakan, I don't think would be a priority. Maybe a second, a third pick, or even a fourth pick, as I think it's gonna be open for Rox to pick out one of his best champions. Lee Sin is also available. So for the side of Next Play Esports, I think it's going to be a Lee Sin and an Asol. For the side of DR Esports, there is potential for them to go for an Olaf or a Lulu
Mhm.
at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Lulu got bans and no Lulu for us. But yeah, I mean, there's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of options in here for DR Esports to prioritize. But I don't think that, like, next way Esports in here will get scared about Oriana getting picked
Mm-hmm.
first by Team DR Esports, as you know, you can counter that anyway with a Gragas. And if there's an Olaf, there's also a way to manage the Olaf. A while ago, we did see how to manage an Olaf. You basically just go for a lane swap, or at least from the strategy of Team Next Play Esports. They just go for a lane swap and they make sure
Ooh,
that they're gonna be
Gragas.
pulling that one up against the Olaf. But yeah, Gragas first pick in here by Team DR Esports, and I think it's wise and it's really really nice because you can
Mm-hmm.
flex this Gragas into the jungle, into the mid, and into the top or in the Baron lane.
Yeah, definitely flexible picks going for the side of DR Esports, and I only got one. It's gonna be the ASOL priority here by Next Play Esports, but their second pick is actually quite understandable, right? Misfortune is strong when it comes to the early game, mid game, late game, also strong with the bullet time and the double up. So I think this is something that is very, very dominant when it comes to early, mid game, late game fights. Now for the side of DR Esports, you have the Olaf, actually a very strong champion that you can dominate the backlines against Next Play Esports. Now I'm expecting maybe Olaf to try and scale out earlier into the matchup so that mid game, late game fights he could just go Ragnarok and decimate that Misfortune from the side of Next Play Esports.
I just hope to see an aggressively play in here this
Uh huh.
time. Well, depending on also on what champion the next play esports will pick up for themselves. It's not showing, but I did see this a lot of times already. An
Yeah.
Oriana and a Gragas in the same side. So that's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be a lot of burst damage, but I kind of worry about what the Jin can do, especially in the late game time.
Mm-hmm.
And now there's Devi on the side of Nexplay Esports. Seems like they want to match up the chasing capability of the Lee Sin, but still to start, Lee Sin definitely has the better advantage in going for invades.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If Jin gets a good early game, I think this is gonna go to favor for DR Esports. But if you don't scale out early game, this is going to the side of the next play Esports, considering they also have like Misfortune, Aurelion Soul, and now even the Brom that could directly counteract Jin. So DR Esports not gonna have a great time against next play Esports right now. They really need to outscale Nexplay Esports in the early game to dominate the mid game, late game fight as they have the disadvantage in this one. And yes, you could argue that you have Oriana, Gragas in a team fight, but if you don't have damage, if you don't have gold rather in the early game, how could you deal massive damage in the mid game, late game fights as well?
Well, yeah, that's so true. But ooh, look at this 5-man rotation by DR Esports. Seems
Mm-hmm.
like they are expecting. Oh, apparently though, they're not gonna be having that. Eyeball's not gonna happen as they're gonna be starting. Oh, this is gonna be. Wait. Okay, so there's no invade for still for the side of that Lee Sin, but at least there will be an information from coming from Oni Diarda. Hey, I know they're hiding. I'm not sure if Olaf actually see that. I
Oh
don't think he saw
no.
that. So that we are lacking information in here. Lee Sin might go directly towards their own blue buff unless he goes for a
Mm-hmm.
parallel jungle.
Yeah. And I like the deep wards here from Next Way Esports. Like you have the
Yeah.
Tribush ward, you have the ward here into the blast cone. So they really have the early game wards against Olaf in this fight. So that's massive. Considering that they need information to try and make a play against ER Esports. So definitely a kudos play from Next Play Esports.
And this is what they keep on doing. I mean, Next Play Esports, undoubtedly, they already have a strategy on a pick that has an Olaf. They just make sure that they bully that lane right away. But for the meantime, we see this 4v1 situation ongoing onto the bottom lane part of the map. I don't Ryzen will be able to do anything. That was the first blood going on to the side of DR Esports. Gonna get stunned with a Star
Oh
Surge
no.
in here. Celestial expansion is also available. Ooh, truly flickered
Flash?
out. Yeah, flashed out, but then again will still
Oh.
fall down onto the hands of the member of DR Esports. And there's a 1-for-1 exchange in terms of the turret. It went though first for the side of Next Play.
Mm-hmm. And the flash for flash was I think important
Yeah.
by Chili in that one, because Lee Sin in that fight was almost dead, right? If he stayed for longer he could have been killed. But this is just sad for next big esports because they're now sitting at a 2 kill deficit. But the good part here is, yes, 2 kills goes to the side of DR Esports, but Next Play Esports still has all turrets available for them. So they're still sitting at an even level playing field when it comes to gold.
That is so true. But for the meantime, gotta love this plan by by Joshi. But then again, that is also very much aware of gonna be making use of the flash to save his life. But for the meantime, here we go with more pokes coming in from the side of Team DR Esports. Still gonna be respecting the capacity of Darthus because he managed to get, was it 2 kills going on to him or at least, yeah, he contributing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say, yeah, that's 2 kills going on to the Lee Sin. So that's the kind of play that we have been looking for from game one. And it is now at least showing in here game two. Let's see what will go in this one. 3v3 situation in here. Gonna go for that Dragon Rage. Ooh, look at that curtain call. Let's see if they can get a kill in here. Fourth bullet. Here you go. Apparently not gonna be enough to take down a target, but at least enough to shove the members or to shoo away the members of Team Nexplay Esports. They got a good flow of the minion waves. They will potentially manage to take a turret for themselves as well.
Oh, massive stun.
Oh, not yet even done. And also the backup in here coming out from Defy as well. Assault and battery will kill at Lacin, and now tables have turned around. At least fighting here, Celestial
Ah.
Expansion will kill the Jin out, and now, my goodness, just thought a while ago, it's gonna be DR's game in the bot side, but then again, of the backup that came from Joshi, it all, the tables
Mm-hmm.
have turned around.
That stun from Orlandsol was the MVP. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
That two-man stun enabled Vi to try and catch up in that fight. And when he came through, DR Esports is still stuck under the turret. So just a massive play from Nexplay Esports. Orlandsol just did a great job.
Yes, and now more space created. Hextech ultimatum has been used by Horizon. Apparently, gonna get kicked in the face by that Lee Sin Do. They will manage to take away this dragon, but the fight is still ongoing. Look at that undertow. Fortunately for that, Olaf will still allow him to survive, but not onto the hands of the Camille. Flanking on the sideline, we can see the Vi is planning out something. Gonna go for that dash and flash, but will die. Or at least the G will be popped out in here. The Deadly
Oh.
Flourish will connect, will stun the hell out of that Vi, and will kill him out. Really nice exchange of kills in here. It's a 4-4 score, but in terms of objectives, so far it is leaning towards the side of Nexplay Esports. No turrets has
Mm-hmm.
been falling down under enemy.
Yeah, Vi actually did quite a great job, I think. But the problem here is you have the root from Majin. And the reason why I think so is Joshi has a GA. He has the Guardian Angel, so he can be much more aggressive than he already is. And that pick off from Gragas would have been big. Because that disables DR Esports' team fight potential. After that, we're in Misfortune, and Brom could follow through. But the bad thing here is he got rooted by that Jin, so the plan of Next Week Esports was just broken off. Although what they did get is an Ocean Drake.
Yeah.
And with the third already, they that puts them at a good situation. And even from a 2-0 a while ago by DR Esports, they weren't really able to translate that to much more kills.
Oh.
And that's why Next Play Esports right now is sitting at a 5-4.
You know what? To be honest, during the drafting phase of round two, what I actually thought that it is best to take away from next play was Julius Aurelian Soul. I mean, he
Mm-hmm.
knows
Yeah.
when to properly create that massive amount of celestial expansion. But for the meantime, we take a look at the fight. It's ongoing onto the bot side part of the map. Darthas is so low, finding the right spot. Range can actually go, but gonna get caught down by the bullet time coming out from the misfortune. And then again, Chuli just goes in and out, but we can see the curtain call in here. Oh my! Gonna get caught by that ball coming in from that Oriana. If it's not the curtain call, then it's the ball of that Oriana. But oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm. Olaf though.
In the middle lane, Olaf gonna get slowed down, but make it rain. Let's see if there's a chase that's gonna be happening, but no, they're gonna be
Mm-hmm.
stopping from there. And
Yeah.
yeah, they don't really want to overextend because you can see a lot of members from the side of DR Esports still all alive already.
Ooh. But Olaf, DR Esports looking for something else, and yeah, just a recall coming from Next Play Esports. They know that sooner or later they need to buy some items, considering that Brom doesn't really have that much items right now with the Zeeks. Misfortune needs the BRK because he only has the Mortal Reminder, right? So yeah, it's just a smart recall for Next Play Esports. They really don't want to fight against DR Esports, considering that you have the Jin already building up towards that Mortal Reminder. You have the Trinity Force of Olaf already to tank out damage. So just a smart move. But top though.
Top lane though, yes, indeed, situations in there. Really nice way to shove the members of Team Next Play Esports. And apparently, though, oh, but hold on, they're not yet even done though. Seems like they want to get Darthas in here, but I think Darthas anytime. Oh, we're gonna be making use of the flash instead. And yeah, gonna be securing the buff for them. I thought Next Play Esports will manage to get 2 kills, or maybe at least one from the top side, but with Gragas making use of the explosive cask to just shoo away the members of Nexplay Esports was still worth it. Even though, yeah, he lacked or he lost his ultimate already.
Next Play Esports went in for the reset because the Cloud Rig is now live.
Yeah, for sure. And it's
Mm-hmm.
already being worked out by this Camille. They got a good vision, well, at least for themselves, of this area, of this dragon pit. But let's see if there's actually the potential. Well, Lee Sin is way
Uh,
too far, though. I don't think they're gonna go for that still.
ooh.
But really nice glacial feature coming out from the Braum. Hextech Ultimatum has been used, plus that bullet time. Well, kind of short, though, but still totally fine. Just to show off the members. And of course, more Celestial expansion in here. Coming out from Chuli. My boy is just doing a lot of things for Nexplay Esports.
That Oriana though, that's massive advantage, massive damage.
Oh
And that
my, oh
Vi.
my. Not yet even stopping though. Look at what is happening to that
Wildrift Herald.
Gragas. Yeah, well,
Wow, nice.
yeah, they managed to take down the inner turret anyway, so that's totally fine. And
Mm-hmm.
they lost a lot of HP already as well. And yeah, it's a good time to have a recall.
Mm-hmm. But Camille once more, Arisen once more turrets, and I do think this is gonna be an advantage a bit if they do take it. But the problem here is we have a Lee Sin going in for a fast response.
Uh-huh. Gonna be making use of that stasis though, but do mind that the rest of the gang in here from the side of Team DR Esports are all still well and alive. But the backup came in from Ooze, and look at that damage! Look at the critical hits all connecting onto the members. Oh, really nice flash in
Oh
and flash
no!
out! Then again, the pop up or that GA will be popped out. Let's see if there will be a deadly flourish. This is gonna be connecting. Apparently not. But then again, there goes the curtain call. The first target will be Uzi. I don't think Uzi will save himself alive as that slow will connect onto him. Meantime, here on the top side, we can see Oni DR trying to save his life, but to no afford. Again, the Celestial expansion is just way too much to handle
Oh
with
no!
this already online Chuli. But
Oh.
here in the bot side, man, there's still a lot to say. They don't really want to stop. Vi will fall down onto the hands of two members from the side of DR Esports.
I think Vi was hoping that Oriana went in for the recall after the ultimate came through. But yeah, it's just too quick.
Dragon's Rage in here, kicking down Disaster. Not too sure if this. Oh, Disaster going for the flash out. Let's see if he'll be able to make it out. Ooh, apparently the Sonic Wave will not connect, still saving his life. Really nice job for that Disaster, but just leaves the Baron Pit open for TR Esports. Let's see if who's gonna get the last hit. Bullet time has been committed earlier on, dealing a
Recall?
lot.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness! I thought there's gonna be a steal, but apparently not. You can see the Hextech Ultimatum already committed onto one member, onto Edaf. DR, that Oriana has been gone for life. I don't think that the Gragas will make it out too. And again, buffs in here for the side of DR Esports. It's inside of DR Esports, right? So two buffs remaining for
Mm-hmm.
themselves. And what Team Nexplay Esports can do in here is just basically stop or at least remove the remaining buffs that they got.
Mhm. Definitely. I mean, DR Esports needs that Baron buff. They're at a massive disadvantage, so what else can they do against Nextplay Esports is to just get the Baron buff. Wherein Nextplay Esports was a bit late to the party, so they weren't really able to deny that Baron buff. I mean, they had the information, but two people were only available for Nextplay Esports in that Baron split. So it's just DR Esports utilizing the member advantage that they had.
Oh, here we go with a fight. Celestial expansion incoming. Hextech Ultimatum has been committed. Loss of shield going here and there. The Jin will fall down, and so as the GA of this Horizon will also be popped out as well. Bullet time has been connected. Oh, finally that Aurelion fell down, and the moment that he fell down, the rest of the gang in here from inside the Nexplay Esports said, okay, let's back away a little bit. No one else is going to be creating that space for us anymore. But we can trying to get a turret, but it's going to be risky, I think, because, again, there's the buff present from the side of Team DR Esports. But let's see how things will further go as we can see, the Infernal Drake already up for grabs.
Oh no. Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa!
Let's see. Oh, look at that
Oriana.
steal coming up from the Oriana. Just right in time. There's the flash coming from Uzi, but the undertow will slow her down. And look at the double kill coming up from the Oriana once more. Celestial expansion coming in. Let's see if that will do a lot of things to zone out or shove away the members of Team VR Esports. Binding, Voice of Light already has been used already. Two members remaining from both sides as well. Chuli is still not yet done. Gonna try to make it up for his life. Still gonna get the kill. Oh, but that Jin, really nice play coming up from Chuli. And here Nice explosive cast to save his life, but I'm not too sure if that's gonna be enough. Gonna go Funny Fruit. There goes the pokes here and there. Barrel roll, but not gonna be enough. At least nice try, nice try. You gotta love the highlight plays coming from Lee though. The flash onto the Jin to secure the kill. My oh my.
Hmm. I mean, at that point, if he didn't go for the flash, he would have been dead. But
Yeah, yeah.
because of that flash, because of that stun from that Star Surge and Celestial Expansion, crazy kill from Chili in
Oh
that
my
fight.
goodness.
Just a clutch moment. And they managed to just made that fight upside down. And now they're sitting at an 8 kill lead against their esports, even at an 11k gold lead as well.
I mean, micro-wise, all of the members of Team Nexplay Esports are just so good. This is what you actually would... Oh, but hold the thought, because we have another fight ongoing in here. We can see the Dragon Rage connecting onto some of the members of Team Nexplay Esports. Oh, really nice shockwave in here coming from the Oriana. At least deleting the HP bars of members of Team Nexplay Esports. But that's not stopping them, because the shields has been very useful as well. The life steal as well. Again, I think that Ocean Drake was actually helping them into sustaining for themselves in the team fights. Here we go with the Baron contest by Team Nexplay Esports. Apparently, positioning for Darthas is gonna be late, but nice try, nice try. He got caught by the members of Team Nexplay Esports, so I don't think he's gonna make it out. There's a GA gonna be popped out. I think there's the song gonna be connecting anytime soon, so this is a deadly.
Hmm. Yeah. Dartus tried. Dartus tried. I give him that. But when you're up against Nextplay Esports as a 5 man and they had the Baron buff, there's no one near you, they're potentially gonna check that tribe bush. And when they checked it, it's gonna be the kill for Nextplay Esports. Considering they also have like 4 sweeping wards, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're literally having that control over the location that they are in. And look at this big of a
Oh,
stun from that Aurelion Soul, just zones out the enemy team, because if they catch that up and they get stunned, Next Play Esports is predictably going to dive that in to get those kills. So their esports, just a smart move, similarly to Next Play Esports, utilizing their skills utilities very well to get more objectives.
truly deserves an award on this best of 3 series. I mean, his Irrelevant Soul a while ago in game 1 was so impressive. Even here in game 2, well, lots of good, really good micro plays. And he truly knows how to control and make use of that Irrelevant Soul. Most of the time, we'll see him making sure that the Celestial expansion is just as big as your screen. My
Ooh,
goodness.
yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing, right? From the base going to the enemy base, it
Yeah.
just makes it so big that you can't find it. But Joshi,
Let's see what kind of play he would want to do in here. Kind of risky play though, because there are 4 members, but the backup coming in from Chuli is in here already. Comet of Legend has been used to chase out, at least help out and zone out, and just allow the rest of his members to go for that dragon. Meantime, on the top side, we did not see that in the camera, but there was a dead Jin. There was a dead Jin who's trying to just protect their inhibitor turret up top around to Bully. Let's see if there's an available hook shot. Hook shot, but apparently his GA is gonna be popped off. But I think even though he got the hook shot available, I don't think he's gonna be making it out. Here we can see Vi just going for that aggressive play as well. Gonna try to go for an assault and battery, but I don't think it's there is more room, breathing room for DR Esports to actually go for a defensive play. But surprisingly enough, damage coming from ODDR will be good enough to just shove the members of Team Nextplay Esports in the middle lane. But again, I guess they just try to focus fire this one. And look at the... Oh,
mm-hmm.
that again? Was that the misfortune? Just